Hi, I'm here with Dr. Karen Garza, Superintendent of Schools, who recently released her FY2015 proposed budget. We're here to get some insights into what that budget contains. First, tell us, Dr. Garza, what was the approach to developing this budget?
Well, 6 months ago, we knew we had a very daunting task ahead of us, and so we began very quickly to engage the community and inform the community about the challenges that are facing our fine school system. And I think we've done that. So in terms of this projected deficit that we're anticipating, I think most of the community understands and recognizes that we do have some challenges. So one of our approaches has been, let's engage the community that's informed to the extent we possibly can so that we don't surprise our community, because these are the community schools and we need to engage them in the solutions. So we've worked very closely with the community and our Board of Supervisors to help communicate those challenges. We've also been asking for solutions around how we can become more efficient. So we've had a list of considerations in terms of expenditure reductions that have been available to the public for some time. We've called it kind of the menu of options. None of them we like. But we recognize that in order for us to develop a balanced budget and move the system forward, that we have to adopt a shared approach.
And you've shared this as we really need to share the pain. We're going to be reducing our expenditures while asking for more revenue. Can you tell us a little bit more about the details around that?
Yes, and I would say, first of all, I think it's important for the community to understand that the projected deficit is largely associated with the fact that we have some uncontrollable cost drivers, things that are completely outside of our control. We have additional increases related to the Virginia retirement system of $37 million. Annual growth is well over $25 million to us a year because we're growing so rapidly as a system. Our health care has continued to go up, and then of course we have a structural deficit that monies that we have budgeted on a routine annual basis that are no longer available to us, and those are reflected also in the budget. So what we're asking our Board of Supervisors in terms of this shared approach, we need their help on those uncontrollable cost drivers. We need their help on covering our structural deficit. We need their help in covering the VRS, retirement rate increases, and we need their help on enrollment growth cost. We recognize there are other provisions within our budget that are increases, such as health care, such as we are recommending a step for our employees, but we've done that by taking some really hard looks at ourselves and making some very courageous decisions around reductions that are painful, but we know are necessary and for us to develop this balanced budget.
Why was it important to include a compensation increase in this year's budget?
We believe it's very important. Over time, as our system has gotten tighter, we ask a lot more of our employees. We have fewer employees doing a lot more work. In addition to that, we're very concerned about maintaining a competitive advantage to our surrounding divisions. There's a cost to turnover, and there's a cost to losing our great employees throughout our system. And we're losing ground there when you look at our comparison groups. So we're very concerned about that. In addition to that, over the last 5 years, our employees have only had one step increase. And so we feel it's very important for us to include that within our budget. And we've done so by making some very difficult cuts. So that's a shared approach. We are asking the County Board of Supervisors for an additional 5.7% increase to the transfer, and that's about $98 million, a little over. We recognize we're asking a lot, but we're also asking a lot of ourselves. So we really need their help right now. We need our community to rally around us. We believe our schools are a valued community asset, and we need to protect them.
So we're at the beginning of this process, so we know it's not going to end until the end of May, until the school board adopts the final budget. What will happen if we don't get the 5.7%?
I'm fearful of what might happen if we do not receive that increase of 5.7%. Our budget already includes some things we don't like in terms of cuts. You can imagine, but it's still built upon an additional revenue from the county. If we do not get that additional revenue, there will be many more cuts that will have to happen throughout the system, and I fear that happening. So right now, I believe our school community, we need to come together. We need to rally around our schools, and we need our community to rally around us, and we need that support.
And next steps then?
I'm also keenly aware of the fact that our tough reductions includes about 731 positions throughout our system. We know that, or hopeful that we can respond to many of those through annual growth and just annual attrition. But I know this will cause some concern for some employees out there. I would ask for them to be patient with us because this is just the first step in the process. We're far from being in a position to make some final decisions. But once we know more about any position throughout the system that might be impacted by some of these reductions, we will communicate that with those employees that are affected potentially, and we will provide support in helping them be absorbed throughout the system in open positions where we can.
Great. And employees and our community can stay updated on our website, off the front page, fcps.edu, for all the ongoing updates in the process. Thank you so much.
Thank you.